Hello, it's Mary Rose Wildfire McGuire, direct response copywriter and email marketing expert, or, in other words, copy slinger and crackshot email marketer. Word slinger. I think that's what I said. Word slinger. That's what I just rolled out a brand new redesign of my website and logo and everything, so I'm still getting used to saying some of these terms out loud. Anyway, I thought it's Friday and I wanted to do something a little bit more lighthearted and maybe fun or maybe not, depending on where you are or how you view such things. I was having a conversation with my brother, who happens to be a lawyer, and we were discussing how often it is that people assume certain things. And this might be true for whatever it is that you do in your business, but I'm going to explain what often is assumed for someone in my profession. So I am a writer, a business writer, to try to put it simply, a business writer. And there is an assumption many times by people that, oh, writing's no big deal, and they just think that they understand what it takes to put together a really well-written piece. So that written piece could be an email, it could be a web page, it could be a white paper, a case study, a marketing slick or brochure, data sheets. They're called lots of different things, sell sheets. And they don't really understand what goes into it. I have actually had sometimes some people say to me, well, this should only take you a couple hours to write. And the question that I ask them is, what do you base that on? Okay, you made a statement. Why are you making that statement? What is that you're basing this on? I mean, have you done it before? And the bottom line for writers, we're kind of an odd lot. All of us, we kind of work a little bit differently, but there are some things that we do have in common. And most writers spend a great amount of time doing research. So we do a lot of reading. We do a lot of online research. Some of us will actually do face-to-face research. We try to find out as much as we can about the target market that we're writing to. So that's number one. We really want to understand who it is we're writing to. That's why a good copywriter will ask you, if you know your target market well, how much market research have you done? And do you have any of that information that you can share with me? Okay, so when I work with clients, for instance, one of the first things I ask is, do you have a buyer persona or an avatar? Something that is representative of your target market. One person. So if you have like 2 or 3 specific types of people that you're trying to reach for your business, perfect, okay? Because that will help your writer really nail down not just the message, but to customize it so that it appeals to your target market. So that takes time. The other thing is that very rarely, and I mean, I'm just laughing as I think about this, because you're going to hear a lot of different answers from people when you ask them, where do you get your best ideas? So my best ideas do not come to me when I am at my laptop and at my desk. My best ideas, and then I'll share with you my personal best place for my best ideas, and it's kind of awkward and it's not convenient when it happens. It happens to me when I am attending Mass on Sunday. So when I attend church, here I am, I'm trying to focus on God and get all spiritual. And I mean, a lot of times I can reach that, but there are many, many, many times that I will get a great idea from my client, either going to church, in the middle of church, or coming home from church. So I use my iPhone and the dictation when I'm in the car, because I can't take notes, but I'll use that dictation application often to capture those ideas. If I'm in church, sometimes I might scribble a couple of keywords real quickly somewhere, and then stick it back in my purse. Because I know I don't want to get too involved at that point in brainstorming, but at least something to kind of jog my memory once I'm away from the church building. But some people will say they get their best ideas just before they go to sleep, or just as they wake up, which is why many writers have a notebook right by their bed. So it's a great way to capture those ideas once they come. Another place where I can get good ideas, and this one I have not found a way around yet, is in the shower. So some people, they find that they get great ideas all of a sudden in the shower. So oftentimes I'll have to wait, of course, until I'm out of the shower, somewhere where I can find a pen and paper and write down whatever the idea is. And then finally, cooking. So there's been times I love to cook. So cooking is one of my interests, and I'm a bit of a foodie and really enjoy testing new recipes. But sometimes when I'm cooking, all of a sudden an idea will just pop up and come to me. I've also had ideas when I'm riding my bicycle, and ideas can come from anywhere, any place. This is a big reason, and it's one of those challenges when you're working with a client, but it's why it's difficult to try to nail down exactly how long sometimes something will take. You might think that it only takes a few hours, but in reality it takes longer because the creative process has its own timetable to a certain extent. We understand deadlines. I certainly understand deadlines, and I work hard and I nail my deadlines. I make my deadlines. Deadlines to me are really written in stone, because I understand that there are other people involved in a project. They need their part of it at a certain time, so you want to get that out there. But just to let you know that if you think you might know what it takes to write something, ask your writer and have a discussion if that's something that you really want to understand more. But don't just assume that because you can jot off a grocery list in a few minutes that same process is what's involved, because it's not. We do a lot of work in order to make our clients happy and in order to get the results that they want. So anyway, that's just a little kind of a fun little discussion. Again, I went over my time. Okay, I'm trying to keep these at 5 minutes, but anyway, I'm glad that you watched. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions regarding process of what writers do, feel free to contact me, and I'll be happy to share some thoughts with you on that subject, or leave a comment below, and I'll touch base. So thanks for watching. Hope that you had a great week and you have a fun weekend ahead of you. And check out my website at maryrosemcguire.com. Thanks again. Take care.